A16. We are A16, starring Ashaun&Anisha. Woo! Guys, today this is the first ever video of A16, season one. We are very excited, and like we have not, like, when was the last time we posted?
Like 3 months ago.
Months ago. We're very excited. We're kind of like a little rusty because we haven't filmed in so long, and we're just so rusty. But hopefully we can kind of get the vibe back.
So I'm gonna start back here today. We have the good vibes today. We have our drinks, water. I have the pizza that we made. If you watch the video, you'll know.
A video coming up in the future. We made homemade pizza, and that is some of the leftovers.
We have the mics, and then he has his Belvita peanut butter sandwich crackers and some lifesavers, of course the water, and then of course we have our
topics of the day
for the day, and we have the iPad, AirPods.
So today we are going to be doing debates. So I like debating, but Anisha, I don't know. But I like debating. I think it's fun. I think it's healthy too, for like confrontation and like factual like knowledge, I guess. But before we debate, let's talk for a second. Let's talk. How are things? You know, like we haven't filmed A15 in a while. You know, so like, so what do you want to say?
Honestly, I don't know what I have to say. Like, I'm not gonna lie. At first, when I was doing it, I was like, when we stopped filming, like when we were taking a break, I was like, I wonder if I'm even gonna be interested in coming back. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, actually really, now that I'm sitting here on this desk, like about to film, I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, me, I've always knew that I was gonna film coming back. I didn't know like how I was gonna do it. Like I thought like I didn't know like how the setup was gonna look. Obviously, the setup is way different, and I didn't like know how the videos are gonna turn out, but yeah, it's more of the same, but it's a little bit more,
I think I have a different touch.
Yeah, it's like a more chill vibe to it. All right, so let's get started. Our first debate today, I'm gonna get serious, guys, because this is a topic that we all need to learn about. Pescatarian versus vegan. Pescatarian versus vegan. Now, for you vegans out there, I have nothing against you, but like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you need the protein, you need the fish, you need the seafood, right?
Yes, but as I saying, he's right. You do need your protein, you do need this, but what a lot of people don't understand is that you can be a vegan and still not have a protein deficiency. There's other things other than meat and animals provided by the world for you to eat. There's beans, chickpeas, there's all types of stuff out there that you can eat that have protein, veggie burgers, etc. Like, there's so much, and people don't like, they're not like tofu, milk, like a soy milk, like people are not searching for things other than what there already is, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's just me. So as you can see, you already know which side. I'm on vegan. He's on his. Okay,
but I disagree with you. But you have to realize that's how the world works, unfortunately. And animals are going to die regardless. Like, even if the whole world became vegan, animals will still die because farmers and stuff, they will still kill the animals simply so they can get money, because that's how they get paid, that's how they get their revenue. So it will still happen. It's like a revolving like cycle. It will like still happen. So even if like we all came together as one to stop it, or even if 50% of people in the world stop eating meat, 100% of those animals are still going to die. Of course. And think about it. If we all became vegan, then when they kill the animals to make the meat will go to waste. So then they'll just throw it away and it'll be a waste. So then that'll just be a bigger waste of killing animals. So it's better to just eat the food and stop wasting the food. And if you don't eat the food, then it's just gonna be a waste of animal, waste of product. And you really think America's gonna be like, oh yeah, well it's such a waste, let's stop? No, the world is dumb. They're still gonna make it, even though like it's gonna be a waste. So that's just how that works.
That is incredibly true, but as for vegan, I feel like what you're saying is that animals are necessary on this planet because of revenue and capitalism in this world. And obviously that is completely true, but like you're saying, as a vegan, it's not all about the animals. It's mostly a lot like about the environment. With all these, also veganism is not necessarily about eating meat only. That's not the only thing. It's mostly about animal cruelty, and
that's true.
And basic human rights. Like back in the day, being a pescatarian was the right diet, but also not necessarily it's not right to kill animals, because you have to kill animals in order for humanity to grow, because with animals being on the planet with humanity, it's kind of like a balance. Like humans are the higher ups. Like another animal or species, they can't be higher up, so obviously humans have to kill them regardless. But it's still extremely cruel, and animals still have feelings, pain, etc. And people are totally blanking that out and only thinking about the revenue, only thinking about the society, but they're not thinking about how everything else feels in this world.
Alright, let's move on to the next topic, which I know you guys are excited for. Anime versus cartoons. Let me tell y'all something. I love anime, but at the same time, people are forgetting like cartoons, and like think about it like this. Okay, anime has good storyline, good acting, etc, etc, etc. But I feel like the theme of cartoons are far more superior. Like think of the most popular like animes. They're mostly like action animes. They're all the same. Well, every single like cartoons, they're different. They have different plots. Like cartoons, cartoon plots are more I guess you could say more versatile, and they're more like I will say anime is more entertaining, but no, actually let me say this. Anime is more interesting, but I feel like cartoons are more entertaining, and I feel like that's just how it works in the world. Like cartoons, their plot and like the theme of their plot like could either be like really mysterious, and like they do a good job with like making that mysterious like impact, like a better overall like superior animation, you know? And I just feel like they're just more entertaining for the young eye, the old eye. I mean, animes like are better for like older audience, but I feel like cartoons are really good for younger audiences.
Well, for me personally, I agree with him, but on my side of anime, I feel like anime is extremely foreign. It's extremely different. You know, it comes from a different place, a different country. It has so much more that we haven't seen. I feel like it invites us into like a new perspective of how a different place is besides America. One thing about anime that it has is that like it's extremely like in depth. Like it has so much specific things about it that I love. Like the storyline of animes are absolutely incredible. Every storyline is different. Every background for the character is different. It's specific. It's deep. It can either be very deep or very comedic. Oh my god, romance. Like the romance is amazing. They really put it out there. Like it's just really good. The characters amazing. Like there's so much characters out there that we can honestly deeply relate to, which I feel like is why anime is kind of better than cartoons in terms of more realistic things. Like it really like it's very specific when it comes. It's very specific when it comes to like humanity and like real life people. Like the characters are very like they're all versatile. They're all different. They all have their little background. They all have their little things that they do, mistakes, etc. And they really capture those moments of real life and put it into the movie. And I feel like with cartoons, it's more of like unrealistic, like you said, child stuff. Wow, anime is more like mature. It's more deeper than cartoons. It's like what I would say.
All right, our last topic of the day is Marvel versus DC.
Oh, DC versus Marvel.
Oh, DC versus Marvel.
Yeah.
We all know, even her, we all know that this color, Marvel, is better than that. We all know it. So let's not sit here and act like DC's better. Even if you're like a DC fan, they focus on the characters more. Like with DC, they only focus on the story, which I feel like in Marvel is balanced. Like they focus on the story and they focus on the characters in relation to the characters. 2, their characters are way more popular. Let's just be honest. And the powers, like the abilities of the characters just make sense. Like Superman, literally his powers, I can't even keep up. It's so much stuff going on. Like he has laser vision, freeze breath, strength, super speed, what is it, super hearing, all what is it, you might as well just say super scent. Literally all this types of stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. Whether at Doctor Strange, literally his powers are sorcerer's magic, like sorcerer's like witchcraft, I guess you could say. Spider-Man, his powers is webs. Wanda's powers is literally
more simple.
Right, and Wanda's powers is dark energy. It's literally just simple, and it makes sense. Like their backstory, like makes sense. Like with Superman's backstory, literally his backstory is that his planet Krypton blown up and he came to Earth. That makes that's like boring. Backstories for like Black Panther, his backstory is amazing. His dad, they grew up in a very, very well advanced technology like environment place. His dad died, he became a king. He took I forgot what it was called, but he took it to get his like Panther powers, and he carries on the legacy until he dies, until it goes on Lex. Like that backstory like makes more sense than just coming from a blown up planet. And literally all of their backstories like just make sense. And how like Marvel was formed, it wasn't rushed. Like with DC, they made so many DC movies because they had to restart and restart and restart and restart. Marvel has not restarted, not once. They've been going since the first Iron Man all the way down to what they are doing now. And like all of the things co-align with each other, so it just makes sense.
Honestly, 100% true. I know I'm for DC, but what he's saying is not completely true. But what I have to say about DC is that it's literally the original creator of superheroes. Like DC did create like some of the first superheroes. Like Superman was probably, I think Superman was the first superhero to ever be created. And what I feel like with DC as well is that like they have a lot of versatility. Like with Marvel, I feel like they focus solely on storyline than they do on characters, while DC I feel like they focus more on characters, and I feel like they really give them like a difference. Like they're very LGBTQ based. Like they have a lot, like they literally have like a lot going on with them. They literally, I feel like even their like comics are more like in depth than the Marvel comics. Like they have a lot more going for them. They're very like have a lot of female superheroes, and they have an equal amount of male. With Marvel, I feel like they have, which they kind of literally do have more male than they do female. And like now, because they're noticing that like in today's society, 2022, 2021, now they're making more female characters because they realize like we really only have what, two original girl characters, Black Widow and Wanda. Like that's it. But with DC, they had female characters from the beginning, and not only that, but they also have literally the best villains. Let's be honest, like they have
get into that.
Joker,
I'll say that. They
have Harley Quinn, they have all these people, and I'm definitely gonna say they're way better than. Okay, Thanos is questionable. The recent Marvel villains are questionable, but as of now, definitely. And I agree with you on the superhero part. Like when it comes to like the characters now, they do a lot. Like they do way too much. They give them way too much power. They make them way too overpowered for their own good. But I still feel like that's what makes it more action-packed and more entertaining than Marvel. I feel like with Marvel, it's more serious. Like it's more like if this really happened in real life, this is how it'd be. Versus DC is more like fairy tale stuff, you know. But I think like this is gonna happen in real life. Talking about fairy tale in real life, but yeah, I feel like with DC it's just mostly, you know, origin and character. With Marvel, it's more storyline and continuation.
All right, so that is the debate. Woo. So we guys, are done. Yeah. So leave in the comment down below, like, which one do you think is winning? Do you think that vegan or pescatarian won? Do you think that
anime or cartoons won?
Or do you think that DC or Marvel won? So leave it in the comment down below. And yeah.
With that all being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and put out all our social media. We have an Instagram, we have a website, we have a TikTok, we have a YouTube, a Spotify. Please check that all out down. It would always be in the description down below, as well as our email, always be down in the description down below. If you have anything to say, please hit us up. Any video recommendations, etc., hit us up. Definitely will.
Alright.
Alright.
Love you guys. Bye. Oops.
Okay.
Hana.
I'm so productive holding this.
We have